Go.
Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Ridiculous Ruminations with the Ridiculous Six. I am the almost famous DM Dave.
I'm the world famous Lemmy, aka Adam.
And you're rocking that knit cap today.
I am. My hair's fucked up. I couldn't find my baseball cap, and this is what you get.
Perfect weather for it though too. We're in a, give it another hour or two, gonna get a little chilly out
I
here.
spilled my tomato juice on my hand.
Well, that is just unacceptable.
Thank God none of the gin escaped.
Well, good. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't want to. No. So before we get started, we've had some more developments in Wizards OGL.
Yeah, I've never seen a freight train out of control go in reverse so fucking fast.
You know,
That's insanity.
it really is. Friday, yesterday, it broke that they gave up. They surrendered. They realized they keep rolling ones.
They literally gave the creators everything they asked for, except for their legal fees. That's it.
Yeah,
I mean, there was a lot of creators saying, well, yeah, thanks for all this, but I still spent $5,000-$10,000 trying to fight your ass on this. But most people are still happy with the outcome.
you know, for the most part, it's you know, basically what they said is there is not going to be, as of now, the open game license 1.1, 1.2, none of that. Just going back to the way it was.
Yep.
Okay, it was working before. We're keep that now. Big question, you know, did Wizards of the Coast? I mean, they didn't kill D&D. We already said it. That wasn't going to happen. But did they significantly long-term hurt the D&D brand?
I don't think they did. And I only have one reason why. And that's because Pathfinder hasn't come out with its simplified form yet. If this had happened and Pathfinder was not just D&D version 3.75, I think they would have done a tremendous blow to themselves. Pathfinder's still a little clunky. It's definitely 3.5 plus. There's a lot more math. There's a lot more clickety-clackety rocks. If it had been simplified, I don't think they would have been able to come back. But I think because, and I thought this was hilarious, that in the 2 weeks of this disturbance, Pathfinder sold what they normally sell in a quarter, with people trying to learn a new system. And I think that's pretty awesome because, I mean, Pathfinder's cool. It's just not my game. And it's mostly because of the clunkiness, and I don't. If I wanted to play 3.5, I would play 3.5.
Well, you know, here's the thing. It's not going to stop Pathfinder.
No, they're going to keep going.
It's not going to stop Kobold Press, you know, from doing what they're doing.
And I'm still excited about the Kobold Press release.
I am too. You know, D&D will still always be around.
Yeah.
This did hurt. This is a good fix. You know, finally somebody came to their senses. Now, I have no doubt in my mind it comes down to dollar and cents.
Oh yeah,
we're talking about a big corporation.
Their accountant came up to them. Their accountant had to have come up to them and been like, "You guys are fucking up."
Oh yeah,
royally.
You are bleeding red.
Yeah,
stop.
Like that's the only way, because the lawyers were like, "Whatever," and the developers, which apparently finding out through this whole scenario, most of the developers are now video game developers and are very honorary and don't actually care about the players. So it had to have been somebody that dealt with money that came up to them and said, give them whatever they want. And that's exactly what the fuck they did.
Now, the only thing I can see as a negative side to this, potentially, if Wizards of the Coast is not being sincere and they want everything to die down and then try to slip things back in again. If that's what you're thinking, you're really...
Oh, you'll lose the war at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be done.
You can pull a victory out of this, Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, absolutely. Jackson is machine gun.
I know, Jaxie.
This can be a win because you can use this as a healing moment to bring the community back together. It's still a large, but still an intimate community when you get down to it. Because role-playing games, tabletop games, they really are about sitting around with some family and friends, drinking a little bit, goofing off, you know, just having a good time.
Yeah. Telling a story.
Yeah. And if you guys want to embrace that like in the past, you'll see the brand bounce back.
Absolutely.
So if you don't, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're going to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory on that one if you do that. And I think that it does coincide with the fact that you have Critical Role, right? So Legend of Vox Machina Season 2 came out. It's fantastic if you haven't seen it. And they just announced they're doing the Mighty Nine. So there's 1 million plus people out there that watch that show religiously, and how many people are being introduced to it. So it would have been a terrible time for them to shoot themselves in the foot. And then they have a movie coming out. So they had to have just saw the writing on the wall and been like, this is not a battle we can win.
Guys, and you know, you and I were talking about the movie earlier, and I know there's people out there that they're burning their D&D books, and you know, and I'm not going to go see this movie. Guys, if you like this hobby, if you like this genre, if this is something that's enjoyable, whether you're playing D&D, Pathfinder, or, you know, Cobalt Press releases there, if you like this kind of a setting, right, don't boycott the movie. No. This is the first big budget, big start. I mean, there have been D&D movies before. They've been
bad.
Direct to video is the words that come to mind because it sucked.
Although, Matt Mercer was in some B-rate D&D movies that were actually fucking awesome.
Okay.
And I can't remember what they're called. Hero Quest or some shit.
That's a game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're on
Amazon Prime. They are awesome because they're so corny, and it is exactly like a D&D session. Except, you know, it's an actual movie, and there's like 5 or 6 of them, and they are worth the watch.
Definitely we'll have to check those out for
fun.
sure.
Yes.
But, you know, the point being is this is a golden opportunity for everybody to win. Yes, Wizards and Hasbro can make a shit ton of money off this. If they don't, guess what's not going to happen again? At least anytime in the foreseeable future, you will not get another movie like this.
Nope.
You will not get, you know, the kind of treatment that comic books bounce back from with the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. Marvel was, I mean, that was just right time, right place, right actors.
So
many right times for that. I mean, it was amazing.
But there were comic book movies before the MCU.
There were.
There were comic book movies before even the DCU.
Yep.
They sucked. They sucked bad. Go watch The Punisher with Dolph Lundgren.
It's terrible.
It's absolutely horrible. There's also a Captain America movie from the 80s, which is god awful. I mean, it is a total abomination. It's So
even Rocket Man in the 90s was shit.
I like Rocket Man.
It was shit.
It wasn't great, but it was worth a watch. And I like the Rocket Man comic book. I've got them. So, but my point is, it can support a wider, bigger audience, and it can bring new people into the hobby. If it can capture the hearts and minds of these, 10 to 14-year-olds after seeing this movie, you're going to get a whole nother generation that's going to come into the hobby that we all love and enjoy.
Absolutely.
And if that alone is worth dropping the money on a ticket to go see the movie.
Yeah.
Plus, let's kick ass.
I mean, Albert.
Yeah. It's got a gelatinous cube.
Yeah, gelatinous cube too.
So, that's, the news that we've been able to unearth in the last couple of weeks. Hopefully this all dies down and we can get back to, what we like doing and not worry about a company trying to fuck us over.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Wizards of the Coast, stop releasing these fucking cash grab books that have nothing good in them. Your last great source book was, what was it, Xanthar's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Xanthar's was amazing. It's the last useful book.
I got the Dragonlance book, and it's moderately useful, but it's not quite a source book. It's sort of an adventure.
Sort of a module.
Guys, just put out a source book.
Yeah.
Not that hard. Just put it out.
Stop trying to make $50 on everything. Because at the end of the day, you're hurting your bottom line because I'm going to stop buying these things until they actually make sense. I will pirate the PDF. I'll buy a good book. I will buy a good book. But I will pirate the PDFs just so I can take the pages I need.
We don't say pirate. No, we can't say
I will buccaneer a PDF.
Privateer. You need a letter of marque.
I will privateer. I have a writ.
He does have a writ. He has in his prison wallet. You don't want to see it. I promise you. I got 2 actually. A real one and a pretty good forge.
Yep. So I will take what I need. and not give you a fucking cent. But if you come out with a good book, I promise I will pay.
Well, and there is ways to actually get the books that are better than that price, but even that price goes up.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, quit. You know,
Quick cash grabbing us.
Don't beat your writers just to produce pages, Make them. I would way rather a book, instead of being 250 pages, to be 100 pages of good shit than 250 pages of mediocre shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like fucking unflavored oatmeal. If you're hungry, it'll get the job done, but nobody likes it.
I'll even keep buying erratas and Unearthed Arcana articles over buying a giant book that's filled with a lot of shit that I don't need.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Tasha's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
And let's not even talk about Strix. That's an abomination. Won't buy it.
Nope.
Ever.
Should have just made a Harry Potter book.
Should have just made it.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
let's get back to the Ridiculous Six. We get people coming in late, but not really late. So, where we left off. So, kind of at a little bit of a crossroads in a wrap-up session. Last session, we had Alexandra return to the group, all hale and hearty, and healed up and ready to go.
full of piss and vinegar, apparently.
Although keep having strange visions. Is that the piss and vinegar you're talking about?
No, I was talking about the prank she played on me.
Oh, well,
We're even.
do you want to talk about that? I mean, you kind of deserved it.
No, we'll talk about it when we get there.
So, it was really good prank. But with a looming wedding, coming up, a couple tricks got played on it.
Yeah.
So, finding out that, pretty much the doppelgangers have gone to ground.
Yeah.
Any that are left, the Snake Pit Casino gone, crushed, and the male Medusa, it's out in the wild somewhere as well.
No idea.
And then with Alexandra returning, then getting close to the wedding date between Lemmy and Sunchaser.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool to actually, I couldn't really write anything for it because I'm not exactly sure how it's going to go down, but, know something cool is going to happen in some way, somehow. And, with a loose outline, I was ready for it. And it kind of unfolded in ways that were unexpected, but my God, it was such a great time. Guys, and we get back to what we're talking about with, putting the role play back in role play.
Hugo, inside, please.
So, it was a very heavy role play session. I don't think we even had any combat.
No, there wasn't. There was some rolling for drinking.
Yep.
There was some.
Wait, no, there was.
So,
The bachelor party.
Yeah, sort of.
It wasn't really combat.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't in combat.
So, the Rat has
Yep.
planned out a bachelor party, which, you've kind of agreed to.
Yeah.
And then the Rat, one of his minions, shows up as you're planning the wedding out, and the Rat had been kidnapped.
Yeah,
Or
and
rat-napped.
I pretty much figured that this was just to get me to the bachelor party, but at the same time, I was taking it with a grain of salt because you never know. There's a lot of shady shit going on in the city right now. And so I had the ladies come with us.
No, you didn't. First,
I was gonna not.
you left them behind because
That's right.
until you got to the secret part of the speakeasy.
Yeah.
In fact, it's just trash, blood everywhere.
Yep.
Drag marks. Renkeg, who is pretty good at tracking himself, was able to determine the Rat had been dragged through the door. And at that point, you sent for
Except for the ladies.
the muscle.
Yeah, we needed muscle. We thought we needed muscle.
Yes. And then when they finally did show up, you made your way through the back alleys and side streets of Palanthus to the warehouse district, right across from the collapsed snake pit.
Right where we see a cauldron and two ladies and a rat dangling over what we thought was acid or something of the like.
Correct. Now, you guys are stealthy motherfuckers. especially Lemmy, Atos, and Galvaron. And while Talk was being engaged, Lemmy snuck around through the crates in the warehouse and in the side, so he had a pretty good view of, the rats.
Absolutely.
And made the heroic leap to snatch the rat as he's falling into the vat of acid and grabs a hold of him.
I did a useless spell at that point too.
Yeah.
Grasping vine.
And then tumbles into both of you in the most tragic and sorrowful way into this vat of boiling, bubbling acid, which turned out to be just illusionary water. And
Yeah. That dick.
And then the strippers and the booze and the lights all start.
Which brings us back to the trick. So earlier we had gone to a magic shop.
Yes, this
And,
is where the trick actually comes in.
While I was procuring this amazing fireworks display, somebody in our party was playing a trick on me and
Originally
had
it wasn't.
a goblet crafted
It was a tankard.
for me, tankard, goblet, whatever. And had it engraved, and it was beautiful, and made me promise to only drink from that all night long. And I didn't trust it, and I actually had the rat take a sip from it. And he said, "Oh, this tastes amazing." Okay, great, cool. So I drank all night long, and while everybody else got loaded, I got bored.
He was sober as a cleric in the temple.
And my cleric was not sober.
No. You were
Yep, neither were either of the other rogues.
100% sober.
Yeah. Everybody having the time of their life. Strippers everywhere.
Yeah. And you remembered every bit of it.
Yep.
So much that some of the other party members were puking on
yes.
the way back. The whole shebang.
And while we were off doing that, the bachelorette party commenced. Basically, my betrothed entered a drinking contest and lost.
Yes.
That was a fun night.
I'm very
For
mad
Lemmy.
about that.
Lemmy had a very fun night.
Yes.
Everybody puking.
Back in your room, with your betrothed, feeling a little randy after seeing boobs in your face all night.
Yep, nothing to do.
And Sunchaser was there, like physically, kind of just passed out.
Yep. And then I went and grabbed breakfast in the morning, and she commenced to puke her guts out. That was great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I got my tankard back.
I did give you your tankard, yes. So now you can taste.
I did at the wedding.
I know.
12.
So it actually turned out as a pretty good thing.
It did.
It was fun. The Uncle Tyr showed up.
Loaded. He got loaded.
He really did.
That was my fault.
That man can drink a lot.
I gave him a keg of whiskey.
He really didn't have much choice, though, I don't think, in the matter, because he just kept coming back for more.
Yeah. It made it much easier to give him his own keg.
It just really is at that point. So,
9 foot tall, what are you going to say? No?
but the one-handed Goliath, yeah, he really wasn't too bad, but entertaining.
It was entertaining.
Your fireworks show went off, which was amazing illusionist fireworks, which had, the mammoth, and then, the ship, and then they came together as it, exploded into a heart.
It was pretty.
It really was. And then you guys got the next day off, to relax and do the honeymoon things.
For a little bit.
You guys got a whole day.
Yeah. Day and a half-ish.
Yeah, pretty much. And really the 2 weeks before. So, yeah, you got plenty of time to relax. Which, again, is good every once in a while, just to have a little downtime for the party.
Yeah, I think Lemmy's skin needed it. It's all new.
It is all new.
It is all new skin.
Gotta break that in.
Yeah, you gotta get some sun on it. You gotta get a base coat,
Make sure you lotion it up a little. You don't want it to dry out.
That is a
Nope.
Especially it being brand new.
Yeah.
So, lube it up, so to speak. Right? That puts the lotion on its skin.
Or it gets the hose again. Yeah.
So, yeah. Now, you guys had talked about inviting Raceland to the wedding.
Yeah.
I know that was kind of a, do I do it? Do I don't? Do I be polite?
I mean, I put it out there in the world, and I figured if he could hear it, that he would show up if he wanted to, and I feel guilt-free now.
Yep.
Well,
You don't want a Maleficent type of
Nope.
shebang.
So, one of these days we got to get Nikki on camera up here.
Yeah, good.
She'll never do that.
Nope.
I know we can still talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, if the camera accidentally falls over and points that direction, you know, things happen.
You'll be surprised how quickly I can move.
Probably didn't move to strangle me, but anyway, Raceland did not show up, you know, to it. But
Thank God.
Alexandra has continued to have her visions.
Yeah.
With disintegration.
And it's funny because it's only me and
It's Alexandra, you, and
Renke. Yeah.
So, something.
It doesn't make me feel good.
No, disintegration does that to people.
I kind of know what it feels like.
You do. You have had that, you know,
Yeah.
experience more than once.
Yeah.
Our last time was really bad.
Yeah. Really bad.
You know, while you guys are relaxing, Bob shows up with a job offer.
Oh, yeah.
His friend Darnell is in town with his employer, Mr. Hobb. Mr. Knob, I should say, rather. And Mr. Knobb's looking to hire some people to go help his missing employer.
Yeah. So now we have to go to a haunted, spooky mansion. Woo.
So, you guys did agree, you know, to go, as long as you
Check it out. We'll see.
You were given time to put some things in order. So you guys adopted Anna.
Yeah, we signed some paperwork.
And got the funding for the.
Mammoth.
Wow, that's a little potent.
It is a little potent.
To set up the Mammoth Preserve and have a house built for you.
Yep. Got everything settled.
Oh my god.
I know.
I mean, it's not a bad smell, it's just potent.
That is very potent.
Yeah, blueberry man.
So it's very strong in blueberry. So with that is where we have kind of, you know, left off. That's where we ended the night. So where do you? What are your thoughts this session? Any predictions?
I'm at a point where
You're gonna try to kill us.
I have never. If I wanted to kill you, you'd just be dead.
I mean, and then the rocks fall on us, and that happens.
Oh, I'd be more way adventurous than Rock. You know.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Lemmy has a penile blowout and bleeds out in a few seconds through the side of his dick that got blown out.
Eskimo.
No, I would have Renkeg lay on hands. For
Oh no, he died too because the rock fell on him.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would just freeze it with my dagger.
Oh, he missed.
Find a new healer.
The dexterity roll was way higher than what you rolled, and you ended up cutting Mr. Winky off, and your bleeding goes faster.
All right, let's move on.
See, I really can. I got some
let's move
imagination. It's better than just a rock falling on you.
The fact that my dick takes up so much memory in your brain scares me.
Let's move on.
Well, that's just one of the things. You know, I know it's kind of making a mountain out of a molehill, but you know, it is what it is. So, with that, but speaking of dick, how's the dick on the table? Is it going? Gone?
And then,
We won't know until we clean the
and then,
table.
coffee.
Winter's been a little rough on it.
Well, the cold is not good for your dick. Make it shrivel. But with that, we are going to leave you so we can get started on our session. As long as you will have somebody to turn this off in a moment. But check us out also on YouTube.
Smush the like button.
Oh, okay. Smush like.
Or smash!
There we go.
Either way.
And subscribe.
Yes, please.
It helps us out.
Share us with friends. We like company.
If you like what you're here, leave a comment. If you don't like it,
Leave
also
a
leave a
comment.
comment. If you think we're just dicks,
You are.
leave a comment.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Tell us how. We still got to get back to that chili challenge
Someday.
someday. There's still votes on the Facebook. I think it's still open. So
I'm not eating a chili on camera, but that's okay.
all right. With that, guys, thanks a lot. Have a great day and roll for initiative.
Fuck you, Zuckerberg.